What's up, Scryptonauts? Welcome back. We got an exciting lesson today. Today we are setting up our resim simulator. So this is a local ledger that we're going to run on our computer for development purposes. This will allow us to interact with things as though we were reaching out to the network, but do it in a controlled local environment for the purpose of development and testing. So first up, let's jump on over to our workspace here and get that started. Okay, so what I've got pulled up here is the main Radix documentation. As you can see, we were on the installing the tool chain. This is on the main doc site. So you probably just went through this section where you got your computer set up. What we're going to do right now is this step right here, step 4. We're going to clone a Git repository. And what that contains is a whole lot of things. But what we are interested in is our simulator. Okay, so we've got a couple commands we're going to run. What I've done is just create a folder on the desktop here. And I'm going to right click and do a new terminal at folder. And once again, we'll make this a little bigger so you can see better. And I'm just going to grab this first command right here, git clone. Now, if you're not familiar with Git, what this is doing is reaching out to the Radix GitHub organization, this repository specifically, and it's going to clone a local copy to our computer, which is going to land in that folder that we just chose to open our terminal in. Okay, so as you can see right here, we now have, let's make that fit a little better. We now have this Radix DLT-Scrypto folder. Okay, so what we can do is, if you still have your terminal open, you can follow this command right here and navigate. CD is just change directory into Radix DLT-Scrypto. Now, since I have this open to show you what was generated, I'm just going to once again grab a new terminal at folder. Okay. So either way, you want to end up right here with a terminal navigated to this location so that when you run this next command to install the simulator, which happens to reside in that package there, what we're going to do, cargo install -- path, and then /simulator is a relative path. Okay, so we'll copy that, drop that in here, Command V or Control V on Windows, and let it run. And what this is doing is grabbing what's in this cargo is the package manager. Okay, so we're giving it a command, which the command we're passing it is install. We're giving it a path flag, so we're letting it know we want it to go install whatever happens to live at /simulator. And as you can see, it's now reaching in there and doing a bunch of work for us. So this is going to get our simulator installed on our local system. All right, so this might take a minute. Yeah, it will take a minute. So you might want to pause the video, go ahead and let this run on your own computer. And when it finishes, what we will do is step through a few common commands in the simulator to get things started and kind of show you around a little bit, see what you can do with this simulated ledger. All right, so I'm going to pause right here and I'll be back when this finishes building. All right, so now that that has finished, we can start to play around with this simulated ledger on our local machine. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger just to show you kind of what went on. You should have something similar. It's going to install a bunch of stuff for you. And then what we can do is I'm just going to type clear, give us some space, and type resim new -account. All right, so let's generate a default account to get started here. and you should get an output like this. A new account has been created. It gives you a component address here because accounts in the Radix ledger are components. So then a public key and a private key. And of course, if this is the first one that has been created, it will be used as the default account. Now, this will become important later on. For now, just know that your ledger is set up. And let's talk about what else we can do with it. All right. So over in the documentation, let's jump over to the toolchain tab here and go to, there's two things. You can go to this cheat sheet, which we'll get into the Scrypto one. Here's a little cheat sheet for resim. So as you can see, we just ran resim new account. Now, if you want to set a default account, here's an additional command right here that can be used for that. What we're going to do next, let's go ahead and do this. Let's show account. So let's inspect this account that was created. And what you can do is resim, show, and then I'm just going to paste in this account address. Okay. So we're calling the resim tool, just like any command line interface tool. We use the resim keyword to call that. We're passing it the show command, and then we're giving it an argument of this account address. Okay. And when we run that, it gives us a bunch of data to see what was written to the ledger, to our local ledger that we're running on our computer here. This is the data that was generated when we ran that new account command. Okay, so we can see that it is a component with the following address. It used this blueprint to generate the account, and as you can see, the blueprint name is account, which is a special blueprint that is used to create new accounts on the Radix ledger. It gives us some other information, some data about the struct that's in state. And then as we can see, we got a default resource of some XRD that it gives us 1,000 XRT to get started. Okay, so as we move forward, we'll be using some of this to publish our packages and instantiate new components and things along those lines, which all of that may mean nothing at this stage, but don't worry, just know that your tooling is set up. Congratulations. Now, if you want to explore some more, of course, roll through this cheat sheet here, see what else you can do. This is the command we just ran. As you can see, resim show. And what we did was we passed the address. Now, of course, you don't need these brackets here. These are just identifying that this is a parameter that we pass to the tool, okay? Now, you can inspect with resim show. It doesn't just have to be a component address. You can inspect resources. For example, we could do resim show, and let's inspect this here. So I'm just going to copy that. So resim show and paste that in. So we're now inspecting a resource rather than a component. Okay. And as you can see, we get some data back. So I'll leave that challenge up to you to go ahead and explore around a little bit, check out what you want. If you feel like you've completely broken it somehow, don't worry, you haven't. It's just a simulator. But if you want to reset things, one good command to know to leave you off with here and move into the next section is going to be resim reset. Okay. Data directory cleared. You're all back to scratch. Okay. So we can just clear and once again, resim, make another new account. So now you have a new account address because it has been reset. And this is now your new default account for your simulator. All right. So with that, awesome. Congratulations. One last thing I'll leave you with is, so you've got the cheat sheet here. You can also come to this command lines tab. And if you scroll down, here are all the commands that you can check out and explore and get familiar with, getting ready for the sections to come. So great job. I hope you are enjoying the Scrypto 101 course, and we'll see you in the next one.